Hey everyone, long time no upload. I've noticed I haven't been showing my drawings or inking process in a while. I stopped doing that because my videos will be a few minutes of me talking, then the rest is just the music playing in the background with the video sped up. I need to make longer conversations with my art videos, I just don't know what to talk about. My life is pretty boring actually. I don't have any related stories to tell. I really don't get the usual like other artists get with the artist pet peeves like, did you draw that, or can you draw me this, or can you design my tattoos and so on. But I have been receiving commission requests, but I haven't taken up on the offers yet. I still feel as though my art isn't good enough to sell. But if I keep thinking that way, I will never take that step forward. My friends are even encouraging me to do them. Mid last year, I started working on my commission sheets of how much I should charge, but stopped as school began to pick up again. And I always use time as an excuse as to not start up commissions. It's funny how all this time I want to just draw and create for a living. Now that I'm on that path, my own self-doubt is what's holding me back. A lot of other artists find creative ways to sell their works. Most of them are full-time students or have full-time jobs to help pay their bills, attend cons, or even publish their own books. And I always say to myself, I want to do that one day. That will be me in a year. I wish I could publish a book full of my sketches and completed works. And when I have that burst of encouragement, I create, but something happens halfway through that makes me back down, getting back into that rut of that will be me one day. That would never happen if I keep backing down. It took me a while to even start posting my art online. It took me even years to even have the courage to make a YouTube channel. I know my videos are not up to standards, but it's a start. My first few videos I even recorded the wrong way, for crying out loud. I'll be deleting those soon. I'm learning from those mistakes and taking notes on how other artists manage their channels. I will be redoing my intro. I have an idea of how I want to animate it. I will be making the upcoming videos about my favorite art supplies and what sketchbook works best for what supplies. I'm feeling more confident in my artwork since last year. I've been slowly breaking out of my comfort zone. I even had the idea of making fan art Fridays from a few of my favorite series. I want to do those 100 series prompts and try different style challenges as well, since all I draw is anime and manga inspired artwork. That's just the style I gravitate towards, even though it looks nothing like a manga. I just love the way manga artists ink their works, which is why I'm sticking with traditional. I also do digital work. It's mainly for my webcomic Ascend. I should show screen recordings of how I work digitally and how I animate some of the panels. Drawing digitally is a challenge for me at times. I always have to draw everything on paper then scan it in. With drawing directly on my Wacom tablet, I constantly have to zoom in and out to see if the drawing looks right. And most of the time I draw them too big for the canvases, so I have to constantly resize it, reposition the character. But with traditional, I already know how much room I have to work with and how I'm going to lay out the scene. If I do run out of room for the feet or certain scenery, I'll just take it into Photoshop and add it from there. That's why I love using both. Traditional will get you the foundation you need, and digital can make you go beyond what you are planning to do with easy corrections to make if you do mess up. Obviously, digital has its advantages over traditional, like it's easier to undo things when you make a mistake, but when you do that traditionally, you'll have to make sure everything is how you want it before inking. With digital, you don't have the need to buy paper, plus you have endless canvas. I can't even talk. But I love having sketchbooks. I love the feel of the pen against the paper. Anyway, this here is a simple drawing, nothing too detailed yet, because this drawing here is just for practice with trying to blend with my Copic Caios that I recently bought. I've tried every cheap and affordable marker, pens, and paint I can get my hands on. Some work surprisingly well, and I still use them from time to time. Others work at first, but it kind of fall apart after a while, like the Artist Loft markers. Some of the Artist Loft markers I still use because they blend it well with Prismacolors. I'm pretty sure all alcohol markers can blend with each other. You just got to know how to use them. During this time while I was trying to find the right markers for me, I chose Prismacolors because they had the brush nibs I wanted and the colors were right. The only downside is they are not refillable, so the few markers I have are actually drying out, and I don't want to continuously keep buying them at $6 a pop. I already have a few refills that will hold me over for a while, and each refill can fill the Copic Caios up to like 15 times. In my opinion, that saves you even more, though you have to put out a lot at first to obtain them. If you can't go, or if you live in Japan, Copic sketches are a lot cheaper, like $4 compared to $8 here in the US. Now, you personally don't need to buy these unless you want them or if you're going to use them on a daily basis. The same goes for watercolor. I knew I didn't want to get the cheapest ones that were selling for like $5, so I got the student grade. They were selling for like $15, and they work very well. The more you improve on your artwork, the better supplies you will want for them. You just have to find out which ones that work best for you in your budget. Well, anyway, that will be all for this video. I hope you liked the drawing, and I'll see you in the next one.